Welcome back to Unfiltered Fitness, episode 6.
You still have to look at the sign every time. But yeah, episode 6. I am Phoebe LeBlonde.
Oh, full names are we? Okay, I'm Charlotte Hay.
I felt a bit spicy today. It's because we've got a spicy topic for you all.
Well, it's not, I find it quite boring, so no, I'm joking.
This is where we're yin and yang again.
Yeah.
So we're going to be talking about fitness and training with a partner, in relationships, dating, and we've got it quite nicely from two different perspectives, i.e. single and relationship.
Who, if you watched the last episode, she finds her relationship with Marcus very boring.
We'll cut that bit out. Love you, Marcus. No, you look back at the last episode to understand that reference.
Understand why, yeah. If anyone doesn't know who Marcus is,
yes,
we talk about him all the time, that is Phoebe's boyfriend.
Marcus is my boyfriend. We have been together, awkward, 6. I think we've dated 7 years together, 6, around about that. It's that long now that it's just,
You just don't even have to think about it,
Yeah, so we started together. I was not a gym girl back then, not a runner. I was a dancer and a gymnast, so I was still very physically fit and into my fitness. But the thought of going to a commercial or any kind of gym to lift weights or to run back at the start of our relationship,
no.
He would have been like, who are you? Like, that did not come out of my mouth, and neither did it for him. So yeah, in fact, I think when we first got together, we were both heavy drinkers, and he smoked. And now,
yeah, when I found that out, I was like, whoa, I did not know that.
But he is in the military, so I think when you explain that he's in the military, it's anyone that has ever...
I feel like they always drink.
Yeah, anyone that's had any kind of relations or know of anyone in the military, they drink a lot.
Yeah.
Sorry to stereotype any of them, but I feel like I can because my boyfriend's one.
Yeah.
You drink a lot and smoke a lot, especially when you like go on tours or go out and exercise. There's nothing else for you to do. So I think he was saying he was buying like packs of... Oh, it makes me feel sick. Packs of fags for like a couple of quid out in Kenya, and they were just smoking them, like chain smoking them. So yeah, we've gone from being that relationship
you've gone polar
to
opposites now.
Now we run ultra marathons and do high roxes. So there's been a journey.
Full circle.
A full circle journey.
Yeah. You've done this, not the same program, but the same workouts before, because obviously we did high rocks doubles the same time. Sean and Marcus did high rocks doubles. And you can tell the story of Marcus coming to the gym. Was it the first time he came with us?
I think so. So, again, for anyone that doesn't know Marcus, he is not a gym lad. Let's put it that way. He's never come out of his mouth going, I'm going to go to the gym.
Yeah.
He's very military-based. He just needs functional fitness, cardio. Everything's orientated to his situations at work. Nothing to do with let's build biceps and abs and how heavy I can deadlift. So we started training for high rocks, and his main station that he was working on was burpee board jumps. And because he's so like military that he knew the distance we had to cover. What was it, 200 metres?
I think so,
it is.
I can't remember.
Yeah. So obviously he wanted to train that. So my man, he comes to the gym with us, and we go into the studio, and me and you, and I think Hen might have been there, whoever.
I can't remember.
We were there just working out, and I thought, okay, he's going to start practicing his burpee board jumps. He pulls out a tape measure in the gym. I have never been so embarrassed in all my life. I was like, I think I actually just pretended.
It wasn't just like a little one, was it, either?
Like a full DIY one. So he could like corner off and mark out the length of the studio so that he could work out the distance. And his brain, honestly, it's like something like the Big Bang Theory. It works so weird. So yeah, basically so he could work out how he could train most effectively.
Yeah.
Which in his head is obvious. Why wouldn't you do that?
I mean, I'm not going to lie, it probably did work.
It absolutely worked because he smashed the burpees. Everyone commented on how good they were. However, in my head, I'm just like, probably like, just train your burpees. It's not that deep. So we do clash on stuff like that a bit. And we didn't do, even though we went to the gym at the same time when we were all going together, the group, I don't think we ever once did the same training session.
Yeah.
Because as much as I really, really hate to admit it, his fitness levels are...
It's actually crazy.
Like, here, and mine are here. Yeah. So we don't train together because it just wouldn't be effective on either of us.
Yeah, No, fair. That actually made me think of another question. Let's say, so this isn't you and Marcus, but like any like couple.
You could say like any lad. I was like, okay, who am I picking?
If, let's say you've got not completely different goals, but they're not dead exactly the same. Mm-hmm. Do you think you should do you think you should merge them together? As in, try and be on the same program, just so you can train together, but you still got different goals.
See, this is where I will probably, a lot of people might disagree with me. I have always been very strong and independent.
Yeah.
So I would never change my goals to fit with Marcus or whoever I'm dating at that point. If I have a goal to complete High Rocks or to complete whatever, that is my goal. If their goal is different, fair enough. If we can cross it over at some point, great.
Yeah.
But I'm never going to, like, if Marcus was like a lot slower of a runner than me, lol, I'm true, I wouldn't jeopardise all of my training.
Yeah, he doesn't do that for you.
With me. Like, don't get me wrong, we do races and we do runs where he will run with me when it's just a training run or a whatever run for him. Yeah. But if he is in strict training, like, nah. No. I have literally begged him sometimes, like, please will you run with me? He's like, nah, no. It doesn't match with my training. And I'm like,
fair.
Si, will you run with me? And Si always does.
Yeah. Then he'll go and run with Marcus.
Yeah, because he could do both. So yeah, we don't. No, and I wouldn't.
No, I agree. I think if you're both in the same position and you start your fitness journeys together, then maybe join the same gym.
Yeah.
Or join like the same community or whatever. But again, if like one wants to build, one wants to lose weight or whatever, for example, then you shouldn't force your sessions together.
Yeah, you might become reliant on the other person.
Yeah.
But then that's just me because I'm now more confident in the gym. I think if I wasn't confident,
maybe,
and my partner was, then maybe I would try and line up my goals so that I've got a friend to do it with, which is kind of what we did with High Rocks. We had each other to lean on.
Yeah.
So there's flip sides to it.
Yeah.
But I think it's each of us relationships. Like,
true.
I don't think I would want to train 24/7 with Marcus.
Yeah, would it not annoy you, but would it cause arguments?
Yes.
Like actual arguments, not like bickery ones.
To be fair, we don't really ever argue. Like, anyone that spends time with us, we just talk absolute trash to each other anyway. Speak of the devil. We might like shout at each other for like a minute or 10 minutes and then it's done with. Yeah. So I don't think we would actually argue.
Yeah.
I like my time in the gym.
Yeah. Don't want it to be not disruptive, but disruptive.
But then on the complete flip side, thinking of like new relationships and previous pastimes, I am most comfortable in a gym doing fitness.
Yeah.
So if I was like, when people now mention like going on dates, my friends say, oh, we've got a first date and we're going to a cocktail bar or anything like that. Like,
it's way out of the comfort zone.
That stresses me out. Where if a lad said to me, like, maybe we didn't call it a date, but he was smooth and we both knew what it was, about going to the gym. Like, that's my bread and butter. Yeah. But I think that's my personality.
Yeah,
like, that's where I'm comfortable. So, again, maybe like 4 or 5 years ago into my relationship, I'd be like, let's gym together. Let me show you what I can do. But now I'm just like, you know what? I've got my goals. You don't want to be here. I know you don't want to be here.
Yeah. Just leave it.
Yeah. So, flipping it around,
I don't like these questions.
Yeah, now it's all on you. So, obviously being single, if you were to start dating someone new, what would like be your concerns, or how would you try and navigate giving them enough time and attention to actually potentially start something or date them?
Yeah.
/ not jeopardising your training. That I know you're like me. That's what comes quite high.
Yeah, that's what comes first. To be fair, I think whether they do it unintentionally or intentionally, it would really distract me. But at the same time, I've got the people that I train with, got them to keep me accountable. So it would kind of finish work and then I train straight away. So it wouldn't be like...
So you don't think you'd fall off the bandwagon
I don't think so completely. Maybe the sessions that I do on my own outside of my gym, but maybe I'd like ditch them a little bit but yeah, I think it would distract me. But then I'd also get too competitive. If there was like training as well, I'd get too competitive and I'd be like, want to beat that. And then I'd kind of veer off the goal path that I'm kind of on. But with the job that I have now, I think I'd have more time than I used to before anyway.
Okay. Would you entertain someone who isn't into a form of fitness? I'm not saying it has to be running or the gym, but a form of fitness, a passion, a drive to be healthy.
Before, it didn't really bother me. Like, I'd say like over a year ago, it really didn't bother me. But now, because my passion and drive's grown for it so much, no. I couldn't.
I always find that interesting. I ask like all my single mates because I don't think
you don't know like whether when you're in a certain position maybe might change my mind, but in my head now
I couldn't imagine you dating someone who just wanted to sit at home on, I don't know, Xbox and you're out on a Sunday morning at 6 a.m. going on a run. No, I couldn't imagine it.
What was the question? Oh yeah, would you ever trust Marcus to spot you in the gym? Does he even know what that means?
Oh, bless him. I would like to think he knows what that means, but like I said, he doesn't go into the gym.
That is very true.
Oh, I would trust him that he would have the weights. Like, he's not weak. Like, he's incredibly strong, and if I was to fail anything, I know he would be able to save it.
Yeah.
But I would probably tell him when and where.
I'd
tell him when and where to come in. Whereas, like, when we train with the lads, obviously, they live and breathe in the gym. They know how far to push. So now you've got another set, you haven't. I don't know if he does know that.
I feel like if he was out under the bar or something, he'd be like, I don't know whether to go in and catch you or not, and then put you off.
He'll either be like, I'll be like, oh no, I'm done, I can't get any more. But okay, well done. Or I'll be dying, and he'll be like, no, you've got one more.
Whether he.
Yeah.
But you're quite competitive with him as well, aren't you? Are you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I say we're really competitive, but I don't know why, because I haven't found anything other than gymnastics and dance that I'm better at him than.
Yeah.
Nothing. Which does really annoy me.
But do you remember, I feel like you put on your story, you know when you got those, whatever they're called, the bar things?
The parallettes.
Yeah, that's what they're called. Didn't he do something that you couldn't do?
Yeah. Yeah.
She thought she had him.
Yeah. You know what, he's just one of them, but it works.
Yeah.
Somehow.
Yeah. Okay. PDA in the gym.
Oh.
Or, well, it can just be in general, obviously, because it's in public, but what's your opinion on that in the gym?
It depends what level of PDA, if I'm honest. Like, if he's going over or she's going over and you're having, like, a full-on make-out session.
Oh, yeah, no.
Like,
I don't think I've ever seen that. If I did, I'd walk out of the building.
Yeah, get lost. Or if it's all, like, lovey... I have seen people going over and, like, they're sitting on each other's laps. And all like that.
That's too far.
Again, I'm like, just stop. You're in a gym. You don't need... If you're that desperate...
Just let go of each other for a second.
Just go out of the gym. So, for me, personally, absolutely not. Like, the odd little, like... Oh, I don't even know. No. Yeah. Like, a little, like, touch or, like, a little slap or a little hug.
Yeah.
Like, that's all right. But if everyone in the gym can tell that you were just PDAing, then it's wrong.
Yeah.
I think. I wouldn't enjoy that. I'd say get away from me.
Yeah. And I could let out a secret here, to be fair. Pure gym. Mm-hmm. Horrible things go on in pure gyms. So many people have sex in the disabled toilets. Loads. No, I've never like seen it in ours. I've never seen like two people come out of ours. But like from what I've heard from other people and like people that work at Pure Gym, like loads of people go into disabled toilets.
But again,
at one gym, I can't remember which one it was. Someone found in a locker that was locked, like the padlock was left on it for ages, so they bolted it open. I think it was some sort of like sex toy or a dildo or something. Still in the packet, just in the locker on its own.
Okay, so they bought it and just forgot to take it home?
Why'd you take it to the gym? What do you need that in the gym for? Please share.
I'm hoping that they just brought it and forgot to take it home that day. And then literally just brought it, purchased it.
Yeah.
And wasn't hoping to just have fun in that shower or something.
But yeah, loads of things on. Yeah, no.
I don't know why I'm shocked by that, but I'm also shocked. It's like
when I found out, I was like, but then I was like, actually,
yeah, it's
that's
like
just.
But I can kind of get it. You're getting hot, you're getting sweaty, you seem to work out. I suppose it releases endorphins.
Yeah.
But
Time and a place.
a pure gym disabled toilet doesn't really
Classy.
get you going. But each to their own.
Okay, right. You've got, obviously, Marcus that doesn't come into the gym that much with you.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not going to not talk to anyone, like in the gym or at Rock Up and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Males or females.
Uh-huh.
I don't know how to describe it. How do you navigate that?
Well, like, how do I navigate talking or training with the opposite sex in a relationship?
Yeah, like how does... you know what? I just know what your answer's going to be. Marcus just doesn't give a shit.
Do you know what, actually? A lot of you would probably be surprised. If you know us now, yeah, he doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
The start of the relationship, so we hadn't even been dating a year, and he had actually gone away on tour to Afghanistan for a few months. So very fresh relationship.
Yeah.
He's away for months, so let's set that scene. I was bored, wanted something to do. Thought, I'm going to go to the gym. Yeah. Didn't know what to do. Was talking to him about this. Obviously mentioned that I know a few people who are PTs, maybe got PT, not sure. And his first response was, you're not going to have a male PT though, are you?
Really?
Like, that was categorical. He's like, I wouldn't feel comfortable with that. I don't want that. And I was like, oh, okay. I got his side of it when I asked him, we talked about it. It was because he was like, well, he's away for months.
Yeah.
His girlfriend's potentially getting trained by a male who he wasn't comfortable with it. And at that point, I respected it. I was like, okay, I think if he was at home, I would have been like, no, it's a professional. Disagree.
Yeah.
Maybe red flag. Because he was away, I kind of rolled with it.
I do understand his worry though, because there's a lot of PTs in like big commercial gyms, men, stereotyping that literally just when like a female comes towards them asking to be trained, there's one intention and one intention only.
I can actually tell you I can't tell you a secret on the podcast.
Oh!
But a secret that you have just triggered about a PT. So yeah, the start of the relationship, he wasn't too comfortable with it.
Yeah.
Now, years down the line, obviously we've built up that trust. And I've always been, I think I've grown up training and dancing with lads. So I very early on was like, look,
it's just not. Like,
it is what it is.
It's not a thing.
You've got to get used to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And now he trusts me. I trust him. Mainly I train with Jim.
Maybe a gym.
Who is Jim? Mainly we train with lads.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
And for me, which I've explained to him, other than you, there hasn't ever been that many girls that have wanted to train to the level that I want to train. So it's kind of had to be lads. And I've always said to him, well, if you want to get involved, then
you can come.
Get involved.
Yeah.
And he hasn't wanted to. So, we can't just trust each other now on that.
Yeah.
I think it'd be different if I randomly said, oh, yeah, this Dave kid or... with no...
Why would you pick that name?
Sorry, all Daves. I'm not trying to insult you, but Dave, you wouldn't get that far.
No.
But if I randomly just...
Someone that you've never met before, you've just met them.
Yeah, and then said I'm going to go and train with him or go
Just
on a run
him.
with him. One, I wouldn't do that. And two, he wouldn't be down for that.
Fair.
But when it's people that I've met communally every week at the gym, around the people who I already know, and people at Rock Up where we both attend, it's very obvious. Everyone knows I'm in a relationship.
Yeah.
Different.
Yeah.
And vice versa for him.
Yeah. No, I agree.
So, at the point when you would start dating someone, at what point would you feel comfortable to train with them or go on a run with them?
Probably straight away, to be honest.
Ah.
Again, it's just another thing that doesn't really faze me. Like, I literally do it every single day.
Yeah.
And, like, teach it as well. So...
Yeah, because some girls might be like, oh no, I haven't got my makeup and my hair fully done. But I suppose they're probably not the die-hard girls like us with Jim. It
just doesn't really, like... I don't know. Like, it just... I never thought about it like that. It just wouldn't faze me. Like...
Okay, here's
it's just like a normal day for me, really. Like, training.
Yeah.
So
would you get them involved in training and a run with you fairly early on into the dating to see?
Yeah.
Because that's a big part of your life, to see if that mixes well.
Yeah.
What would you do if you couldn't train together or run together? Like, if that didn't work? If he was, like, trying to correct all your form?
Oh, you get lost. You can get fucked.
Yeah. Because if he was, like, trying to, like, I don't know, like, I hate the word, but, like, mansplain.
Yeah, no, get out.
Yeah, no.
No. I'd be like, we're either not going to be together or we're not training together. And if it's still a problem, then go away.
I agree with that, yes. Yes, Charlotte. So at what point would you introduce them to our little training group?
Oh, that's like introducing to your mum and dad.
It is, isn't it?
Introduce them to your mum and dad. I'd probably just say, like, but the most likely situation is they'd come to rock up.
Yeah. And then the whole of rock up would judge you.
My extended family. I'd just say, oh, by the way, like, so-and-so's coming.
And we would all of us, you'd have us all in a line.
That would really embarrass me.
I could see, like, ads me, Si, Sean, being like, watching from, like, a bush. And Marcus
that's what I wouldn't be able to deal with.
Who's that? Yeah!
Who's that?
Yeah, and then Neil would be like, you all right, mate?
I'd let Neil take him.
Do you know what's something actually I struggle with, but then I know other relationships don't as much.
Yeah.
So I'm referencing, shout out now, Hen and Hade.
Yeah.
They eat together, they meal prep together.
Yeah.
Their goals
Train together. They are similar goals.
They train together, run together, eat together. I think the same goals. And I'm more the training side I'm not really on about. I'm on about the food side.
Hayden, sorry, but he looks like a really good cook. I'm not going to lie.
He does chef it up, you know.
He really does chef it up.
Still waiting for my invite to try some of the food. But, like, they eat the same. And for me and Marcus to do that,
yeah,
it wouldn't work. I try and obviously eat as clean as I can, but I've got such a bad sweet tooth, so that always wrecks it for me. But Marcus just doesn't give a shit. Putting it nicely.
Plain and simple.
Again, because of the military, he's always like, well, you get what you're given.
Yeah,
eat.
fair.
Nice and simple. He just wants his food. Where I'm very like, I want to pre-plan it and have it within certain macros. So we just physically can't eat the same thing because I want something healthy. He wants a pizza 5 times a week.
Fair.
Followed by donuts. So that one, our goals and training and eating together doesn't work at all. Interesting. So I would actually be interested to see how Head and Hayden do the same food.
Yeah.
Other than the fact that maybe just Marcus is a bit of an anomaly. Which we all know. We all know he is. But yeah, that's always something that a lot of people ask me, like, how do you do that? And I'm like, well, we just don't eat the same food.
Yeah. That's a lot of temptation to resist, though.
What, his food?
Yeah.
I've banned him from eating, like, sweet treats around me. And he still does it. But I have actually asked him not to.
Yeah.
Because I've got no willpower.
Yeah, neither, to be fair.
No
I had a
willpower.
Nando's for lunch.
You always have Nando's. So
It's
anyone
like a weird
out
addiction.
here looking and interested in Charlotte,
don't.
look in her now. Ask her for a Nando's. You can work out with her and you can run with her. Do not mansplain. Do not try and correct her form unless it is all right to correct it. But do not try and correct everything. She knows what she's doing.
I feel like I'm on Take Me Out.
Yeah, no lighty, no liking. And you are going to get a competitive badass bitch. So
Yeah, I'm really competitive.
Take him a
I'm
quest.
such a sore loser as well.
Are you?
Yeah. Like, my brother, for example, when like we was younger, God, if he won, which he did every single time anyway, unless he let me win, tears. Every single time. Oh, I was such a sore loser. Yeah. Such a sore loser.
I don't really think...
I don't cry now, but when I was younger, I used to.
I'm trying to
Now
think...
I'm just like, oh, whatever. A bit annoying, but whatever.
But then what have you lost at now as an adult? I'm thinking now as a kid, this is going to sound really like...
I didn't lose anything. I'm joking.
No, yeah. I didn't do anything that I wasn't good at for that reason.
Yeah.
Like team sports, hand-eye coordination, netball,
Not there.
not me. Solo sports, which is all on me, trampolining, dance, gymnastics. I was all up on it.
Yeah.
I would be the kid at the front. I was 9 times out of 10 coming back with a medal.
No, it was just things that I'd done with my brother, like, I don't know, a scooter race down the street. Shit like that. He'd always win, obviously.
Yeah, I don't know how I'd feel if dating someone who won. Actually, I do. And I didn't like it at the start.
What, won what?
Beat me at everything. Oh. I remember the first time we went bowling, and I'm like, not good at bowling, but I was confident.
I'm shit at bowling.
He didn't even attempt to let me win.
Oh, didn't even try.
No.
Oh.
And to this day, I don't think he's ever let me try at all.
She still remembers it. Clearly touched a nerve.
Yeah. Sometimes I would just like to feel like I've won.
Yeah.
But
without being told that you've been
Yeah.
given the win.
yeah. Anyway, so if you're being truthful, if you were around someone in the gym, running, wherever, who you were interested in, and either they knew it or didn't know it, so we're at that stage where it's...
Yeah.
you know the stage where it's would you change your workouts
No.
so that you like
Bumps into that said person more?
pulled their attention more?
No.
No.
Ask me that, like, when I was young, not younger, but you know what I mean, like,
Yeah.
I don't know, 16, 17, then yeah, but now, no. I'm changing my plan because... I'm not changing my plan, trying to get someone's attention.
Oh, I bloody love you. I would. I reckon
Think I'm going out of my way to do that? No.
If I'm honest, I reckon I would. I can't lie. That's why I thought I'd ask. I reckon if I was trying to catch someone's attention and I knew they were on a certain machine...
Maybe that's why I am still single.
I would go back into that. Or I would...
No, because I just feel like you spend so much time and energy doing that extra thing. And then if it doesn't get reciprocated or whatever, then why waste the fucking time?
But you've still worked out?
Yeah, but if you didn't enjoy it while she's doing it.
Oh, yeah. I'd only choose to do the stuff that I know I can do well or look good doing. In fact, I'm saying
if it was a calisthenics thing, like, and I had to do that, I'd be like, no.
Yeah, exactly. You choose something that you look good at. I have 100% done it in the past.
Yeah.
In fact, on 2 separate occasions, I'm going to say it because I know Marcus won't even clock or realise this, and it was years ago. My first ever boyfriend, when I was 16, 17.
Yeah.
Again, he was like something called a tricker, which is like the urban form of gymnastics.
Oh, yeah, I know what you mean.
You used to like them do like the parkour stuff. He did that. So we were in a gym, and obviously I was a bit like, you're better than me. So I pulled out the splits and stuff like that and some stretches, knowing that it will
I'm just stretching.
cause a bit of attention.
Did it work?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I will have. No, I'm joking.
And then with Marcus, when I first saw him at a trampoline park, I'm such a peacock.
What a great description.
Yeah, I flexed. I started doing loads of somersaults.
Why are you doing those, Phoebe? No reason.
I'm just one on board.
Practicing.
To cast his eye over my way and to get his attention. And you know what? It works because a few years later,
they're together and still together.
he came into my DMs going, do you remember this? And I was like, oh,
Of course I do.
No, I played it cool. So yeah, I would. Maybe that's how we're going to get you in a relationship.
Oh, God. Just can't be asked.
Anyway, let's move on to our questions today. I love this. It's like having a girly catch-up with the whole world, which I might regret after. Yeah. It's like when you go out for drinks and you're wine drunk and you tell all your dirty
you just
secrets,
overshare everything.
and the next day you're like, oh, I didn't want to tell the world that. So I might not watch this episode back. So the question today is, do you prefer to train with someone, can be a friend or a partner, or on your own?
And why?
Someone straight up has put alone.
Yeah, I read through some of them earlier.
No description, just alone.
Fair.
Yep. Second person, getting a trained here. Solo. I used to spend 2 to 3 hours chatting because I was training with people.
Fair, yeah.
Yeah.
If you know it's going to, like, distract you kind of thing. Then...
Yeah, I have to be in the mood. I'm either in the mood to have a low-key, fun train session with people where I can chat, or I'm zoned in, don't talk to me, let me go on with my shit, or be on the same vibe as me.
Yeah.
Social Tuesdays. Friends are good, but can lock in solo session. Yeah, I like that. He's got a confirmed day of Social Tuesdays is his like,
That's where everyone's going to be at the gym.
Yeah. This girl's put with someone makes me train harder and I feel less embarrassed.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people can relate to that.
Confidence-wise, like...
Back at the start of my journey, 100%. Now, I don't mind.
Yeah.
So I feel like when you get on your journey a bit more, you might not feel embarrassed and feel okay to train solo.
Yeah.
Do you prefer to train with a partner or solo? Partner, because he won't let me lift lighter than what I can lift. That is a good partner.
Yeah.
That is. I can see that causing some arguments when you go and pick up that.
Yeah, if you're not in the right
10
mood
kg
for it.
and he's like, no, you weak ass bitch. Like,
excuse me? Yeah, if he says that on the wrong week.
Yeah.
Head
So I'd be interested to see how that gets navigated, but yeah, I can feel it. That's why I like training with others. Yeah, because it pushes me.
Yeah, definitely.
I like to train in a group. There's some sort of mental wall that I hit when training alone.
Fair. Yeah.
Any high rocks training, I want to do. Yeah. If you ask me to train to zone 5
those on
solo,
their own,
not happening.
No.
I can't train that hard on my own.
I could do intervals on my own, like on a treadmill or on the track, but an actual like high rock session in the gym, no. I'll literally do one round. Let's say it's like 5. I'll be like, I'll just do 4. And then I get to the 4th one, I'm like, I'll just do 20 of these instead of 30.
Yes, and that leads on to the next one, which it kind of goes perfectly with this. Team train, no room for hiding.
Team train, I know exactly who that is.
Team train, woo! But I agree. Like, I think my ego takes such a hit where I'm like, I don't want to look weak and I don't want to admit that I need to give up in front of everyone. And because you're doing it in a team, you can't hide.
Yeah, I'll remind Ozzy when, if he wants to.
Yeah, if he wants to quit, we say, no room for little bitches.
Hide.
Sorry, Ozzy, I don't even know him.
She's calling him a bitch.
On my own, headphones, no outside noise.
Nice.
So they're completely opposite. It's weird how we all work so differently.
Yeah. You just use it to switch off from life, so you don't want, like, things to interrupt that kind of thing. Yeah.
I do think it depends on my mood. Like, the other night, I literally went to the gym to train with a mate just to, like, switch off from the world. And I knew it wouldn't be, like, a hardcore training session because we were just going to, like, end up chatting. But it just helped. But then, like, the next day, headphones in, don't talk to me.
Yeah.
So it just depends.
Yeah.
And one final one. So do you prefer to train with somebody, i.e. a friend or a partner, and why? And they have put, do they support and push me in the right way? I love the encouragement, but alone is just with that emoji.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. If they don't support you in the right way, then boo!
Yeah.
Goodbye! No room for
you.
Those kind of people.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah, those are good answers, to be fair.
We have had a girly wine catch up over electrolytes.
And water.
Oh, I've got electrolytes. And whoever actually watches this podcast.
Neil, this is for you.
Yeah, shout out Neil. But yeah.
That's done.
See ya!
Bye!